But one thing that is very important to realize, it's not only, how much we make and how much money circles around the profession, which creates all of that great scenario, for us providers, for our staff, and for patients as well. But also, it's very important to, consider, the country you live in, because in the United States, you do have access to a lot of things that cost much less than in other countries, for example. So let's just suppose, a kind of a mean average, we're talking about 180. So that's, about $15,000, a month, but a lot of people will make more than that. So if you make between $15,000 and $20,000 a month as a dentist, let's just try to go over the things that you could possibly afford, when you're living in the United States. So I was looking briefly at some numbers, and I was looking at, leases from, cars. So I'm looking at, let's look for a popular car, so like a Toyota Camry, a Toyota Corolla, and we were looking, okay, how much would it cost to lease a car, monthly for that. So I was looking at, the Toyota Corolla costs $159 a month for its lease. And I myself, when I was a student, I had a lease of a Toyota Camry, which is the higher model from the Corolla, and I paid $175 a month. So $175 a month, it's sometimes what I paid to one hygienist a day. So it's as if you practice as a dentist in the US, it's nothing. I was also looking at some of the mortgage rates. When you buy a house, you get a loan from a bank, and I was looking at a house of $300,000, which if you convert the money to your own country, you're going to see how much money that represents there. And the fee that you have to pay a month for that mortgage was $2,000. So if you make a salary of $15,000 or $20,000, and with $2,000, you're affording that house. Let's say you buy 2 Camrys, so you're paying $400 more. Then, you can see the discrepancy of how much you make, and how much you spend. You're going to be able to save a lot of money here. And then that basically changes everything. It changes the number of days that you have to work. It changes how soon you can retire as well. And so that's something very important to know, not only how much you can make, but how much you can save and how much you have to spend to afford living in the United States. And something very important, and going back to the market, perception, I was, just before we started the video, I looked up the AAPD, which is the American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry website, and they have what we call a career center. Basically, people go and just announce, positions, dentists, that they're looking for. So today, they had 133 positions available for a pediatric dentist. That's 133 positions. So it's a lot of opportunities for you to make it as a specialist. And, I'm sure if you go to your American Academy, you're going to find, many positions as well. So it's a great market. It's a lot of opportunities, and basically you depend on yourself to be successful here.
Yeah, it's amazing. The 2 points you made are on point. How much your money can stretch, meaning the currency dollar is very strong within the US. How much you pay for gas here compared to how much we pay in Brazil. It's just, the gap is huge. And how much you can afford with less, absolute number of the currency here compared to other countries is huge as well. So you have the ability to earn high income as a dentist and spend less within the United States if you are a dentist. The other thing is the fact that your quality of life. Most of the dentists that I know work 4 days a week with that amount of income. So they're able to live under those circumstances, getting a good house, being able to afford cars, being able even to pay for private school for their kids, even though you not always need that, because the system here it's really good.